Did you know in the United States there's a church in Pennsylvania that rings its bell at midnight? Except the church was torn down 50 years ago. Locals call it the Midnight Bell. Back in 1973, a lightning strike burned the old chapel to the ground. The bell tower collapsed and the massive bronze bell was hauled away to be melted down. But ever since, people in the small town swear they hear that same bell toll exactly 12 times at midnight. One man walking home from his night shift said he followed the sound. It led him to the empty churchyard. No building, no tower, just weeds and gravestones. Yet he swore he could see the faint shadow of a steeple in the sunlight. When the last chime rang, he saw something worse. A group of people standing where the pews used to be, their faces covered in ash, their mouths open like they were screaming, but no sound came out. The legend says if you hear the bell and ignore it, nothing happens. But if you follow the sound, you'll start to dream of fire, you'll smell smoke in your room at night, and within 12 days, someone in your family will die suddenly, always at midnight, always when the bell tolls. Some claim the bell isn't gone at all. It's still ringing from underground, calling the dead back to worship.
I will never forget that rainy night. My little dog had run off, and I was walking alone through the dark, wet streets, calling his name. When I passed the old butcher shop on Pine Street, I noticed a dim light glowing inside, even though it was late. Hoping someone had seen my dog, I stepped in. The shop felt unnaturally cold, and the air smelled like old, spoiled meat. Behind the counter stood a huge man in a filthy apron. He was extremely overweight, with pale, sweaty skin. He smiled slowly and asked, "You looking for something fresh?" I asked if he had seen my dog, but he just turned and walked into the back. I followed him. In the freezer, I saw meat hanging from hooks, but it's not animals' meat. It was human. There were arms, legs, even a face. One arm had a bracelet that looked exactly like the one my missing friend wore. I screamed and ran out into the rain, never stopping until I got home. The next morning, the shop was locked up like nothing had happened. If you see a doll with white hair, run before she speaks. In a quiet rural village in the USA, a young mother lived with her 7-year-old daughter who had white hairs. One day, while playing near the old stone well, the little girl slipped and fell in. She drowned and her body was never found. After that, strange things began to happen. At night, people saw the same doll walking near the well, its eyes glowing, and its hair white like the girl's. Everyone in the village believed the ghost of the girl had entered her doll. No one dared to go near the well after dark, but one night, a curious teenage girl visiting the village went to see the haunted well. She had a pretty face. As she leaned over the edge of the well, suddenly she heard a whisper behind her. When she turned, the doll, now the size of a 7-year-old girl, stood there with glowing eyes, holding a sharp knife. The doll said something the girl couldn't understand, then rushed at her. The next morning, villagers found the teen girl lying dead beside the well. Her face—
Congratulations, you've been hired as the night caretaker at Greywood Zoo. In the daytime, it's silent, empty cages and broken signs. But when darkness falls, the zoo wakes again with sounds that should be impossible. The pay is good, but if you want to see the morning, follow the rules. Rule 1. Do not feed the animals after midnight. There hasn't been food here in years, yet something still eats. If you offer anything, it will take more than your hand. Rule 2. If you hear growling near the lion's den, stay away. The lions were buried long ago. What waits there now has too many teeth. Rule 3. At 2 a.m., the monkey cages will rattle by themselves. Do not go closer, and do not try to stop the noise. They are not cages anymore, they are doors. Rule 4. Avoid the reptile house if the lights flicker red. The glass tanks will look empty, but the shadows inside will move. If you stare too long, they will notice you staring back. Final rule. If the intercom plays the old feeding announcement, leave at once. Do not pack your things. Do not wait another second. Because the zoo remembers feeding time, and tonight, you are the meal. Would you take this job?